Hi, how's it going today, everyone? Windbreak Nate here, and I have a breaking news story for you. Under Armour is launching a standalone brand for NBA player Stephen Curry called the Curry brand. What is a standalone brand, you might ask? A standalone brand is a product with a brand that is not related to the name of the company that makes it. So, for example, how Jordan is doing with Nike. Nike makes Jordan's clothing and shoes and everything else, but it's its own brand. The Curry brand will have basketball and golfing apparel initially, with new basketball shoes set to drop December 11th. Over time, the Curry brand will expand to men and women's running and performance gear as well. Certain apparel like hoodies and t-shirts and things of that nature can be purchased now on the Curry brand website, which is currybrand.com. Under Armour's chief executive Patrick Frisk told CNBC, "We wanted to make sure we did this as close as possible to the NBA season finally launching. And the fact that we're launching in between Black Friday and the holidays, we think is very opportune." He also stated, "This also gives Stefan something to really engage in. He'll be actively involved in the development of the product, and we're so excited to see one of our athletes being so involved in the product." This is said to be a move from Under Armour as a way to rival Nike's Jordan brand, which I think is a bad move because I don't believe the popularity is there with Curry, or I don't believe that the commitment is there with Under Armour as far as going all out, as far as Nike has done with Jordan. But ultimately, it's going to be about the success of Curry and the success of Under Armour, how they would be able to reach that level of success. And also now, Jordan or Nike doesn't do much as far as that because the name sells itself. So I think it's going to be a tough task, and I don't believe that it will work. And also, I don't like the motivation behind it, that they're just doing it just to rival Nike. I believe it should be a better reason for that, but it's said that that's the main motivation behind it, is that they're trying to rival Nike's Jordan brand and steal some of those young consumers, which again, those young consumers are wearing Jordans because of the Jordan name and because of the hype that Jordan and his shoes have and bring. According to Piper Sandler's biannual survey, Nike has maintained its number one spot as the favorite apparel brand among teens for a decade. And for a year now, Under Armour has been number one on the list of no longer worn by male teens surveyed by Piper Sandler. Also, Nike is still number one in footwear, while Under Armour has dropped to 11th place in that same survey. Nike has grown its Jordan brand to be bringing in more than $3.5 billion annually, reaching consumers both young and old. Part of the Curry brand's mission is to make sure that kids have more access to sports, particularly in lower income households. They have cited a decline in youth participation that has been compounded by the pandemic as a factor in their decision to focus on this cause. And obviously, most of their research has been in Oakland, but it still stands and holds pretty good weight for a lot of the hoods or neighborhoods that's lower income in the U.S. The Curry brand will work with the Oakland Unified School District to launch basketball at each middle school, and it will also partner with the nonprofit organization Positive Coaching Alliance to bring professional coaching to all the youth sports coaches in the area. A percentage of the brand's annual revenue will be invested in under-resourced communities. By 2025, it aims to create at least 20 safe places to play, support 125 programs that impact young athletes, deliver opportunities to train 15,000 coaches. So everyone, I want you to let me know what you think about this. I love this, and I'm extremely happy for Curry to get this opportunity and to be doing this. He's really thinking ahead of the curve. And also, you have to give a lot of credit to Under Armour for at least even trying this. And I believe that this will Hope a lot of athletes do this in the future, but to be honest, it won't be too many because you have to have a certain level of stardom and superstardom actually, and fame and a certain talent level to even get this. You No average star or great player in any of these leagues, NFL, NHL, MLB, NBA, they can't just do this. It has to be a generational player. It has to be an international superstar. This is like a really big deal. And that's why I was saying earlier that not that it won't work, but it will not rival the Jordan brand to me at all just because of the player that Jordan was. He was by far the best of his generation. You can't say that about Curry. And also, his products sold from day one, like his sneakers. And that's another thing that you can't say for Curry at all. His sneakers and apparel and things like that don't sell. His jerseys do sell, but none of the personal products that Under Armour has done for him has sold at all. But I am extremely happy for him and Under Armour. Under Armour needed this after having a terrible year. They retracted the deal from UCLA, and that was a big loss for them. The pandemic was a big loss for them overall, and honestly, their young or youth involvement haven't been great. Their reception from young people haven't been great, and just from people in general. It's just a certain type of people that buy Under Armour, and I would say those people are probably higher middle class and maybe a little higher class. And not to say that it's an expensive brand because it's not, but it's just certain people that they appeal to. They have a demographic that they appeal to. Their stuff isn't really the greatest looking. The materials by far the best though, I could say that, and Nike's really close, but they have by far to me the best materials, but it's not attractive looking. The shoes aren't good looking at all. No one wants to buy Under Armour, and it's a little more pricey than your average Adidas and Nike stuff. So compile all that, and it's not popular, and they don't have the best. They have great athletes. They have Cam and Steph, but other than that, they don't have a lot of other brand ambassadors that they sponsor to get the word and message of how great their stuff is out there. So that plays a factor into it. So yeah, teens and young people just aren't really drawn to it. It's not a popular brand, especially because of the look though. I don't know if I'll get some apparel, but I might do it just for the channel and review it for you guys. But I will for sure be trying to get some of those shoes at least just to review and see for you guys because like I said before, the shoes were never great from before. It was never good from Under Armour and Curry, but who knows, this Curry brand might have a different operation, and he's going to be more involved in the making of them, which Under Armour usually doesn't do with athletes. So we'll see where that goes. But it drops December the 11th, so I will try to get my hands on some of that merch and review it for you guys. I want to see the outcome. I'm excited to see how well they do with this and what the future holds for the Curry brand and how big it can actually get because this was one of their last attempts. I'm definitely not saying Under Armour's done, but they had a really bad year and have been losing money since a lot of their big deals. And I hope they recover well, and I hope this is a great move for them. But this is one of their last ploys to get young people and just people in general back on their side and bigger stretch to get that revenue back up. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and it's One Breaking 8, and I'm out.